I begin by measuring exactly what I want to say. I continue by saying metrically different things that assert almost exactly what I want to say. I go on
land.
to...
Is it season? On grass. I will stick down some grass. Shall I stick down some grass? I will stick down some grass. I will purchase some of those little trees from the art shop. You know, for effect. Perhaps they do lambs too, in various states
I am bleating.
of excitement.
I am bleating in the manner of a poet who is echoing the manner of a herbivore. 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 I rap.
Taking account of the various ways in which your diet, has been modified by the discovery of ethical elements previously unrealized, I will take account of this when I come to deciding on the precise layout of the common.
Grazing sheep are not just the grace notes for our cardigans. Now, let us consider the pterodactyl.
I will take into account the very evolving stages of your thought.
Caw! Caw! Caw!
Let us get back to basics.
Caw!
Pterodactylus is a genus of pterosaurs, members of which are commonly known as pterodactyls. Pterodactylus, thought to contain only one species, Pterodactylus antiquus, was the first pterodactyl species to be named, and thus
into a pelican quote.
And thus, the first pterodactyl species to be commonly known as pterodactyl.
The naming of things is a nonsense.
And
Nonsense
so far,
is a nonsense. Meaning is a nonsense, and to look for meaning is also a nonsense. We can look, of course, but to expect a return is inadvisable. Why did the pterodactyl cross the poem? I've tried to tap out what I mean with tiny claws. If only I had a giant claw, I would be an amazing poet.
One can imagine, I suppose, my little plastic lamb being carried off by a little plastic pterosaur.
Whose blood do you have to rhyme in to get a poem around here anyway? Writing is a tricky business, full of death and pelicans. I look out of the window and everything's metric. Rules drop at angles, trees sprawl in fractals. The grey sky is peppered with drifting grey pixels of light. It took our ancestors so long to find a word for blue, and now we can't get enough of it. Blue sheep. Blue pelicans. Blue pterodactyls. Or do I mean grey? Maybe grey is just better. The monosyllabic gloom, the singular boredom. Unless...
The forewings are dark purplish fuscous, the base of scales pale. The hind wings are ochreous whitish, tinged with grey. The plical slightly beyond the first discal. There are small whitish spots at the cost of 2/5. There are whitish dots on the dorsum. The forewings are dark purplish fuscous, the base of scales pale. The hind wings are ochreous whitish, tinged with grey. The plical slightly beyond the first discal. There are small whitish spots at the cost of 2/5. There are whitish dots on the dorsum. The forewings are dark purplish fuscous, the base of scales pale. The hind wings are ochreous whitish, tinged with grey. The plical slightly beyond the first discal. There are small whitish spots at the cost of 2/5. There are whitish dots on the dorsum. Even the sun's transcription for me omis. The sheets roar in the land dock baffled. Lines ridden out a perfect agate's cut edge follow a tense lease of the stretch you exercise. What will adapt your groundwork to the native noise? If it's the trust inherent dunes will hard invest you with, take on your traps the massive gluey ocean's part. miles deep, 500 deep. Hang around and mix the bottom's dark slick swell, bluing deck and blotchify the paper hall. Toast the inward as befits a marked mark. Those are suns that lie sobbing heart.
I end by unmeasuring any sense I wish to make.
I will stick down some grass.